back in 2004, I got invited to BBC Radio 4 to build their studio live on air. So I was an adult fan already, to have my own bricks, and I built stuff. So from there, I got somebody heard me on the radio, and they said, rang me up the following week, oh, can you build me their building? And so I gave a price, that worked, I built that, and it sort of grew from there. But at that point, it was like, yeah, there's a business in this to build stuff out of Lego, which I enjoy doing anyway, and people will pay me to do it.
That's good, because they normally say your passion should pay the way.
Ideally, it doesn't happen for everybody, but for me, it's worked out.
Yeah, no one is a successful.
Yeah.
So, what obstacles did you find when building your business and your brand itself?
I think it's the same as any business. You've got to start somewhere, so you always start small.
Yeah.
It's that time to build up that you've got enough income coming in that you can pay your living, kind of thing, and also the hardships of trying to turn around models in the time. It's learning, like, every model is different, so you may have an idea, it might take a week, it takes you a week and a half, you've got to find that time from somewhere, because once we get a deadline, we have to meet that deadline. You can't turn up a day late, because it might be for a trade show, it might be for an opening, so you can't say, I'll put it off a week, because that's not going to happen. So we've just really got to work late at times to make things happen. So that's probably the hardest bit. We estimate quite well now, but everyone is different, so you just don't exactly know. You can't detail it down to the last minute, because some bits just take longer than others.
Yeah, that must be true. Especially the ones with a lot of pieces.
Yes, I mean, the roof here, we had the initial issue of trying to make it look right.
Yeah.
So we built it out of our heads, we have a picture, but trying to create it looking realistic, we did a couple of trial attempts at the reef, and then we binned it because it didn't look right. Try again this way, so we have that bit at first, and once we've got it, it goes ahead. I think, really, because we were the first major business in the UK building with Lego bricks, so I think that is our legacy, or mine. I started it from the garden shed. It's built up into a good business now. And I think it's that if you put your mind to it, you can make it happen.
When did you see what you're doing now as your actual path?
I suppose it sort of came along when I was in school. I was fortunate enough to have woodworking lessons. I think actually these days it's not taught so much in schools, which is a shame, but that's where I sort of developed my very keen interest in sort of woodworking and sort of making things. And then it sort of it led on from there, really. I went to after school I went to college, and then after college I went to university, and it just sort of went from there. Yeah, it was sort of definitely that sort of time around school when you are quite at quite an impressionable age. That's when it sort of all kicked off for me. I'm not sure if there's any major obstacles, really. I mean, obviously, just sort of the main ones I can think of is sort of not knowing enough, like not having experience, and that's that's the kind of thing that comes along in time.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important to sort of be at events like this.
Yeah.
Just sort of get experience of exhibiting, of talking to people, sort of almost like marketing yourself. As well as your brand, and I think that's. I think the lack of experience is not a sort of, it's not a major obstacle, but it is kind of one of the things that you have to sort of deal with if you want to sort of succeed, push forward.
Yeah, that's very true. Very, very true, and I agree. So in regards to that, what advice would you give people?
It really comes down to sort of passion. If you have a passion for something, you'll have that drive. You'll have that drive to sort of get up in the morning and go out there and just do it. It just sort of it's that kind of thing. It's just putting yourself out there, sort of spreading yourself about. Yeah, I mean, it comes back to this thing about experience. It's just you'll meet the right people. You'll sort of make useful contacts. things will develop, but you have to put in the effort initially for you to be in the right positions.
It's true. So what would you like to be remembered for? Because me, I'm a creative person, so I just want to be remembered for creativity, fun, and at the same time trying to broaden people's minds in regards to what I do and what I do with my productions themselves.
What would I like to be remembered for? I don't know. I mean, I'd like to be. I suppose ultimately, if you do what I do, then ultimately you'd like to be remembered for the things that you create, because I suppose in a way that is a form of immortality. It's sort of architects are known. Their memory sort of lives on by the buildings that they leave behind. It's building things that will far outlive yourself. That is one of the the sort of the benefits of being a creative individual, and that's, I suppose, actually that's a pretty good legacy to leave behind, really. Josh and I have been sort of working together for not that long, since we sort of graduated back in the summer, really, and we've done a few exhibitions here and there. Basically, we are we're two individuals who share the same same sort of passion, that is sort of making pieces of furniture. Unique, well-built, quality-driven furniture. Basically, we're just sort of setting out on the road to sort of bigger and better things, really. And I suppose that's why we're so fortunate to be at a place like this, where it's just a massive exhibition, and we're sort of quite a small, humble corporation of two people.